Feeling to the floor. Hey, yeah, I know how good it can be to know you like this. So I ain't gonna leave. Now you're out here looking like the best. Ain't lost a battle yet. How could anyone forget? And I don't know how bad it must hurt to see us like this, but we're still worth it. I praise you, you deserve it. Yeshua, it's worth it. I'm grateful, I'm grateful. It might be easier to stay quiet about you, but now, God, you are so good. You're so good. God, you are so good. You're so good. It's not the bad, but I know you're still good.
There we go.
Always show up like I know that you would. God, you are so good. You're so good. God, you are so good. You're so good. You're an inspired for everything that you do. Yeah, I'm on fire 'cause I know you're the truth.
All right, let's get set up on TikTok. What's up, everybody? I'm just about to do a broadcast, just getting set up. Enjoy this song, though, while I get set up here on TikTok.
And yeah, I know how much it costs you to see me like this. So I'll push through. I praise you, you deserve it. Yeshua is worth it. Your goodness is grateful. I'm grateful, I'm grateful. It might be easier to stay quiet about you, but now, God, you are so good.
Y'all, it's Friday. God is so good. Definitely, if you're here, say hi.
Talk like it. Wanna walk when you walk just like it. I wanna talk when you talk and talk like it.
All right.
Wanna walk how you walk just like it. Oh yeah, talk like it. Gonna walk when you walk just like it.
Benefits.
Talk just like it. I'ma walk how you walk just like it. Oh, you are so good. God, you are so good.
Addiction. All right. There we go.
Hey guys, it's me, Becca Shay, and I just want to say thanks for checking out my new cover, Sorry Not Sorry, by Demi Lovato.
There we
if
go.
you like that, and you want to download it or check out any of my other covers, you can check it out right over here on this link, Patreon, and we're so grateful for your support. Also, if you just want to find...
Hey guys, hey. So it is Friday, and I am so excited to be here with you guys and give you some value. If you don't know me, I am Christine Moore, and I am a certified peer recovery coach. And what exactly does that mean? Well, what it means is that I am someone who struggled with an addiction to prescription pills for over 15 years. And I mean, I lost everything that was important to me due to my addiction. But by the grace of God, I finally surrendered, got into recovery, did the work every single day, day by day, one day at a time. And today I can say that I have been in recovery for 6 years. And for that, I am so grateful. So my purpose to get on StreamYard and do these live broadcasts is to share hope by sharing my story. Also to provide resources, education, to raise awareness about addiction. And so that is what I do. And I also I'm a recovery coach for a living. I help others who struggle with all types of addictions help them get onto the road of recovery and help them to thrive in recovery. Not just be in recovery, but thrive. So yesterday I did a video on just some 12 tips to help you with your recovery. If you did not see that, definitely go back and check that out. I did it last night and got a lot of engagement. A lot of people were interested. It was super helpful. So I wanted to come on today and do another video, and this time talk about one of my favorite topics in recovery. One of my favorite topics, which is exercise. Okay. So we're going to go, hey, Amber, what's up, girl? So finally I can see my comments now in my StreamYard. Yesterday I couldn't see my comments. So I'll turn my music off so it won't be distraction. But yeah, so Amber, we were talking about this in our meeting, Mara meeting yesterday, about the importance of self-care in our recovery. Okay. So I really wanted to dive deeper into this particular topic. Okay. And also maybe, give you just a little bit of motivation, inspiration to do it. Right. Okay. So when a person is drinking, using drugs, they aren't very likely to be exercising a whole lot. I know that when I was deep into my active addiction, self-care was pretty much at the bottom of the list. So between getting high or getting drunk and going through withdrawals or having a hangover, it's a little difficult to make time for a good workout here and there. Mostly because who wants to exercise when they're high or hungover? Let's just be honest. And the cost of a gym membership, which would divert money away from using, and it's pretty safe to assume that most people in active addiction aren't going to be working out a whole lot. So like anything else, there are always exceptions, but it's pretty safe to assume exercise is not at the top of the priority list for someone who is addicted to drugs. Okay. Because drugs and alcohol are often used as a means to self-medicate and escape from reality, it becomes very important for someone who is in addiction recovery to develop some healthy coping mechanisms. So exercise can be a great tool for those who are in recovery for many reasons. And so we are going to get into those reasons now. I've got two cameras. So if you see me looking here and looking here, it's because TikTok is right here on my phone. And then I've got my StreamYard, which is connected to Facebook and YouTube here. So glad you guys are here. I am so grateful to see you on here. And let me make sure I am looking at my comments. Hey, James, so good to see you here. And yeah, okay, awesome. And hey, if you guys can like, comment, share, of course, that helps the algorithm and more people can see this. So I would definitely appreciate that support. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the benefits of exercise. First of all, I want to talk about what types of exercise. Now, sometimes, obviously, finances can be an issue. Some of us can't afford a gym membership right now, especially with COVID and people being out of work. So I always encourage people to do what is free, and walking is free, right? And that is something that I love to do. I know many of you that are watching love to walk as well. I know some of you are up north and the weather sucks right now, but you can also get on YouTube. I do this a lot. Like if the weather is bad outside, I just turn on YouTube, type in, workout from home. And there's just thousands of videos to choose from. So definitely there's always a way to get your exercise in. And it also doesn't have to be walking, running, hiking. It can be just moving your body, whether that's, dancing in the kitchen. I love dancing in the kitchen when I'm cooking, or it could be just playing with the dog. It could be anything, but you guys, it's so important to move our bodies, especially when we are fresh in recovery, because, our brains are not producing the feel-good hormones, the dopamine, the serotonin, all of that, because our receptors have been so numbed out from the drugs we've been taking. So it takes a while for our body to regulate itself. And so it's important to move our bodies, to get our bodies to release all those feel-good hormones. Okay. All right. Number 1. Thank you, Amber, so much for liking, commenting, and sharing. I appreciate it. Love you, girl. Okay. So number 1, exercise just straight up makes you feel better. Okay. The process of working out releases several chemicals in the brain that help a person feel better. Like I said, endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, they're all released during exercise and help to generate an overall sense of well-being. I see you guys on TikTok. Thanks for being here. Okay, exercise can help you feel better. Now, one of the barriers, one of the struggles is just doing it. Like a lot of people, including myself, I want to wait until I feel motivated to do it, because waking up, especially this week with spring break, and I had a chance to sleep in, and waking up early to go to my Orange Theory class was not easy. I didn't exactly feel motivated to do it. So don't wait until you feel motivated. You have to be intentional and make the choice. And then once you're done with your workout, it's just like, I'm so glad I made that choice, because it's just, I feel 100 times better when I'm done with my workout. And so it would have been nice to sleep in this morning, but dang, I'm so glad I went to my workout. I felt so much better afterwards. So number 1, obviously, it just makes you feel better. Okay. Number 2, it improves your sleep. Okay. Exercising regularly leads to improved sleep. So when a person sleeps better and feels more rested, their overall quality of life improves. Okay. Pretty easy, common sense. Hello, working out, making the decision to do it makes you feel better and improves your sleep. Now, I know what a lack of sleep can do to somebody, because I remember I struggled with an Ambien addiction, which is sleeping pills. That messed up my sleep like you would not believe. And I turned into a completely different person when my sleep was off. Like crazy. I was a crazy person, basically. So sleep is so important. It's just so good for us, and really, really try to get a minimum of 7 hours. I aim for 7 to 9 hours. And I know that's a lot, but that's what my body requires. Some people, they don't have to sleep as much. Like my husband, he's good if he has 6, but it's just so much better if you can really focus on getting a minimum of 7, and also, 9 hours would be optimal, because it just helps with everything. It helps with your skin. I know my skin looks better when I sleep better. I just feel better. Moving on. Number 3. Let's see. Exercise helps heal the body. Okay, so regular exercise improves cardiovascular health, which leads to a decreased risk of developing hypertension, high cholesterol, and heart disease. So exercise boosts the immune system and has been shown to help improve mental health and reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's. Okay, that's huge. Hey guys on TikTok, I see you. Thanks for being here. All right, so exercise in early recovery is so key, you guys. I know that meetings are important, but I'm telling you, exercise, I would say, is definitely in the top 3 for sure. Moving your body is so, so important. I remember when I went into a 30-day treatment center. Well, let me back up and say this first. I remember going into a psychiatric hospital when I was pregnant with my son. and because I was struggling with an addiction to sleeping pills. And I went in there, and they kept us cooped up in this hospital room, basically. And I had no opportunity to go outside. I had no opportunity to exercise. And it really, really made a huge difference in a negative way. I felt like I was even more depressed because I couldn't move my body when I was in there. We were just stuck inside the whole time. But then later on, when I decided to go into a 30-day treatment center, I had the opportunity to use the gym. Hey, Mark, good to see you here. I had the opportunity to use the gym that they provided there. Also, they had this beautiful walking trail. So I probably walked on that trail a minimum of 3 to 4 times a day. It's like when we had breaks between meetings, I was constantly moving my body because I was trying to heal my body from the inside out, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, all of that. So I'm so glad to see my people here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support so much. And if you get value from this, please definitely like, comment, share, because you know how the algorithm works. The more like, comments, shares, the more people see it. Okay. All right. Moving on. So we talked about how exercise, just number one, makes you feel better. It improves your sleep, and it helps heal your body. Okay. Working out regularly. Ooh, this one's good. Working out regularly takes up time. You know how people say, or especially early on in recovery, how you need to keep busy, because if you're bored, that can definitely set you up for a relapse. So during addiction and recovery, it is usually a good idea to stay busy, especially in the beginning stages. Exercising regularly is a great way to keep busy, to stay away from the boredom, and hopefully to prevent relapse. Because I know for me, when I was bored, especially when I was in that psychiatric hospital, I was so bored in there. There was nothing to do. And all I could think, and it just made me just want to use. And it just made it absolutely miserable when I was in there. Okay. Yesterday, we were talking about the importance of having structure and a routine. So irregular workout routines, they provide structure. So a life of active addiction usually does not contain much structure, right? There was no structure to my day. I know that for sure. So an important aspect of recovery is developing healthy habits and routines. So I'm just going to share my personal experience. So before I got into recovery, my day consisted of waking up and trying to figure out how I was going to get my next fix. What doctor was I going to go try and manipulate? What pharmacy was I going to call and try and get an early refill? What online pharmacy was I going to call and try and order more drugs? How was I going to afford to be able to buy my drugs? I mean, it literally was a second job for me. And now I have structure where I wake up every day. I have a very strict morning ritual that I do where I sit down. I get my coffee first so I can wake up. I get my coffee. I sit down. I pray. I meditate. I read my Bible, I read other books, I listen to podcasts, and I take the time to get my mind right, my heart right, and work on my recovery. Because if I don't do that, I do notice a huge difference in my day. My mood is not as good, and I can set myself up for a relapse very easily if I don't do that morning routine. So, regular workout routines provide structure. So after I do that morning ritual, then I go either to Orange Theory. Sometimes I go to the gym with my husband. I also have like a little home gym that I set up in my garage on like days that I just can't, I don't have time to go to the gym. So yeah. So I make sure that I have that structure every single day now. All right, let me make sure I check my comments here. Amber says, yes, I used to be bored way too much. Not good. I'm getting better with that. Awesome. And she says, yes, yes, yes. Have to have a schedule and structure. Amen. And you know, I love our Mara meetings. And guys, if you're watching, and you are, if you would like to attend recovery meetings, I highly encourage you to check out mara-international.org. And if someone can put that in the chat, that would be awesome. So mara-international.org. And we have meetings every single day, several times a day. And it's just been amazing. I actually facilitate the Mondays and Thursdays at 11 Eastern, 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Thank you, Merck. Appreciate it, my friend. All right, moving on. So exercise is a healthy coping mechanism. So not only does exercise help reduce your stress, but it is also a healthy way to deal with it. A person will feel much better after going to the gym to work through their stress than they would the morning after drinking. Yeah, I remember, when I would get stressed, immediately it was like my addict brain was like, oh, handful of pills, a couple drinks sure would take the edge off right now. And that was how I dealt with stress. Now, I have many other coping mechanisms, but they're healthy coping mechanisms. And one of them is exercise. And I'm telling you, when I make a decision to just go for a walk, if I'm stressed out and I go for a walk, immediately I feel so much better. Moving your body changes your mind. Moving your body changes your mind 100% of the time. I'm telling you. All right, moving on. Working out helps improve self-confidence. Hello. I mean, I notice, my clothes fit better and just my skin looks better when I'm working out regularly, and that just helps my self-confidence. So another added benefit of exercise is an improved sense of self-confidence. When people take good care of their body, they generally feel better about themselves than when they don't. Pretty obvious, right? But, we have to be reminded of this. Working out helps improve self-confidence. All right. Exercise. It's a good way to meet people in a sober environment. Now, I remember we were talking about this in our meeting yesterday, how everybody wanted to start walking again. And hopefully somehow we're going to be able to do some type of recovery meeting where we are maybe walking or doing yoga or something. But typically when you're at the gym or, maybe a yoga studio or wherever, typically, people are not drinking or using during the class, right? So it's a sober environment. It's a healthy place to be. And I know that I personally love my Orange Theory classes. Everybody in there has the same goals, and, everybody's committed. They're there early in the morning. They want to get their workout done. And so, it can be difficult to meet new friends early in recovery. So going to a gym or participating in sports is a great way to meet people without drinking or using drugs, right? Okay. Let me just do a quick overview if you are just hopping on. The benefits of exercise in addiction and recovery. Number one, it just straight up makes you feel better, helps release the serotonin, dopamine, all the feel-good hormones. It improves your sleep. It helps heal your body. Working out regularly takes up time, so you're not struggling with boredom. It provides structure to your day. Exercise is a healthy coping mechanism. Working out helps improve self-confidence. And we just talked about it's a good way to meet people in a sober environment. And then the last two that we're going to talk about, fitness classes and sport teams provide a sense of camaraderie. That's why I like going to Orange Theory or doing some type of fitness classes. Some people like doing the CrossFit. Other people like doing martial arts or yoga because you're in a class together. And it's this sense of camaraderie. When someone is struggling, say, they're trying to do the weights and they're having trouble, we have someone cheering them on and it helps. So there's nothing quite like the feeling of being on a team or accomplishing something challenging with a group of other people. While being fun, it also helps bring people together. Okay. All right. Last one, then I got to go pick up my kiddos. Exercise increases success rates for living a sober life. And it's not just because I'm saying it. Studies have shown that people in addiction recovery who exercise regularly have higher success rates of living a sober life. When taking into consideration that regular exercise helps with stress reduction, improved sleep, and increased sense of well-being and overall health. So it comes as no surprise that it has the ability to help someone maintain their sobriety and recovery. Okay? I hope that this has been helpful to you guys. Let me check the chat here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. If you guys have any questions, any comments, if it's about what we talked about today, or just anything that is addiction recovery related, I am a certified peer recovery coach. I am someone with lived experience. I struggled with an addiction to prescription pills for over 15 years. And, I lost everything due to my addiction. And I remembered when I was struggling with addiction, I got away from really taking care of myself and working out, and which, for me, was very unusual because I grew up an athlete. I was a gymnast, a ballet dancer. Even in my young 20s, I was a fitness competitor. So, addiction just took over my life, and it took over my self-confidence, and I really struggled. And I remember after my second baby, I just gained so much weight, and I just, stopped really taking care of my body. And, we only have one body, we only have one life, and it's so, so important to exercise. And, some people think that in recovery, if they just, do counseling and go to meetings, and that's good enough. And those are great. And I think that those are so important. But you guys, exercise is so huge, especially in recovery. Leslie, like all my Mara friends are here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. Hopefully what I said today, I hope inspired you. And I hope that maybe it put a little fire in you to go out and just go for a walk. Walk is free, and it's easy. And just get outside. And even if the weather's not the best, just layer up if you need to. But I really want to encourage you guys to start. Just start now. Don't wait until you feel motivated, because usually motivation doesn't come. What happens is you make a choice. You're intentional. You make a choice to do it even when you're not motivated. Then afterwards, you feel good. Then that creates motivation. And then that gets the ball rolling, right? So let me see here. Merck says, I love that you're talking about this. Exercise in recovery makes such a difference. Thanks so much. Absolutely. My pleasure. This is what I love to talk about. I'm a huge advocate for exercise in recovery. And I hope that somehow we can figure out how we're going to do a walking group of some kind. So let's definitely dive in and discuss that some more. And I think we need to do it. We need to figure that out. All right, my friends, I got to go get my kiddos. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here, and share this out if you haven't already. And I will see you guys, I guess, on Monday, unless I do another broadcast, but I'm not sure. We have a baseball weekend, so it might be pretty busy. We are going to do it, Amber. We are. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Hey, Leslie, love you, girl. I'm proud of you. All right. Talk to you later.